Welcome back to the We Are City channel, to our episode of the FC26 Cream over Manchester City into Season 3, and things are looking really good because we're in an FA Cup final, we're in a Premier League final, we're in a Champions League final. Things are looking like this. If I go to the calendar now, what is in store for today's episode? For the opening game, we're going to simulate this game against Wolves. I'm not too bothered about playing that, but then we are going to play Arsenal away in the Premier League run-in, Liverpool in the FA Cup final, Man United at home, a Manchester derby, and then end things with a game against Aston Villa in the Premier League. That should decide if we have got the double. If we have done the Premier League and FA Cup double. And then it all comes down to the next episode, the Champions League, which also not only would mean back-to-back Champions League trophies, which is unbelievable for us, it would also mean a treble completed again with Atletico Madrid, the side we will face in that final. Well, the opening game of the episode, we face off against 19th place Wolves, and I put out a very weak side, expecting a win or a draw. Wolves only go and beat us by 2-0, which is massive for them, perhaps staying in the Premier League. But for us, a 2-0 defeat at home is unexpected. Marmoush, Vinicius Jr., Reinders, Mukasa, McKay, Anderson, O'Reilly, Lukeba, Vita Heiss, Elliot Alibert, all having terrible games. Wolves have a stormer at the back. Gomez and Chihuahua with the goals. Title race on, City. Title race on. Title race very well and very much truly on in today's episode. We lead Liverpool by just one single point, but with a game in hand with a game against Arsenal, that's going to be absolutely massive. We need those 3 points to extend it to 4 points. Lead at the top. Arsenal and Spurs still battling for Champions League. It looks like Arsenal will get it, but it's between Spurs, Newcastle, Bournemouth, Manchester United, Aston Villa. Probably who get that top 4th position. And further down the table, Wolves, that win actually gets them on 28 points. It still looks like relegation is likely alongside Everton and Burnley. West Ham are close. They're close. They're down there, aren't they? They face Burnley up next. So big games in today's episode. We'll decide if we're Premier League winners. We'll decide if we are FA Cup winners. Arsenal at home. Let's do this. This is Simon with away at the Emirates today against Arsenal. Bataya starts and goal. It's Livramento, Cristiano Vardy, I like Nuri City's back four. Rodri the captain with Foden and Shirky together in that midfield too. Semenyo on the right, Vinny on the left, and Haaland for the middle. It's attacking City side. We know Anderson or Rangers looking for a bit more balance in the midfield. El Hilali, Diaz and Luqueira on the bench, as well as Marmoush and Savinho. Still no return for Donnarumma, so Bettinelli is the backup goalkeeper on the bench, but Bataya has been playing really well for us. To arrive at the Emirates Stadium and Manchester City, 1 point clear at the top of that Premier League table, but a single point is all that separates us and Liverpool right now. However, this is our game in hand against Arsenal at the Emirates, and we know 3 points will put us 4 points clear with 3 games remaining. This is a massive one. Now, Arsenal are battling to finish the top 4, and Arsenal would want to sort of make a dent on the perhaps eventual champions in us. Captain by Martin Odegaard, they come out. We're captain by Rodri. City versus Arsenal. This is how title race is looking. That's how the Premier League table is looking. Let's do this. So this is the Arsenal starting 11. David Raya starts in goal. It's Ollie Booth, Saliba, Karate, and Nuno Mensch, the back four. Wow, that is impressive. Zubimendi, Odegaard, and Declan Rice, the midfield three. It's Saka, Gyökeres, and Martinelli, the front three. On the bench, they do have Kepa, Mosquera, Madueke. Eli Krupi's been signed from Bournemouth, Kivior, Max Doman, Gabriel Jesus, Christian Norgard, and Finn Jelsch as well. Rodri, the back clearance by Rodri, taken down by Zubimendi. Oh, he's passed a few players here. Zubimendi, and Bataya comes out. Good goalkeeping. Our player as well there in Vardy. There's a counter for Arsenal. Saka. I think Yuri can't stop him. Back in behind to Saka. Good work from Phil Foden. Cristiano, oh, big mistake. A chance for Saka. Big save by Bataya. Feet by Vinny. Foden, Rodri. Tino Livramento. Livramento into the hands of Odds Riot. The best of strikes, actually. Shirky. That's a good ball into Semenyo here. It's Nuno Mensch. Past him. Semenyo shot is blocked. Yet to test David Raya today at all. Shirky. Back into Vinny. Semenyo. Back wide to Vinny. Good play by Semenyo. Vinicius Jr. up against Ollie Booth. Vinicius. Pulls it back. Semenyo! What a goal by Semenyo again! Wow! He is some player. He really is some player. He's 4th in the Premier League this season. Only his 4th. only his fourth, but since he's come back from injury, he's been class. And I mean, look at that for a strike on his right foot. Antoine Semenyo. Leathers it past Riot. Found by Vinny. I mean, he played the pass through to Vinny before that, which I thought was really good. Yeah, just takes it away from Odegaard. Haaland runs out of place. Maybe he's blocking the goalkeeper off a little bit, Erling Haaland. Antoine Semenyo scores another big, important goal for Manchester City. That's a Rodri. Haaland. Livramento. Shaqiri. Towards Livramento. Ball through to Semenyo. Onside is he? Antoine Semenyo makes it 2. Come on. What a player. And that is absolutely brilliant football. Shaqiri comes into the sort of wide area. Livramento goes inside. Then Livramento plays him in behind. And Semenyo fires it across the goalkeeper for 2. Across the goalkeeper on that right foot, I don't think there is anyone better than Antoine Semenyo. I really don't. And he's shown it again there. On to Reinders. Marmouche. Antoine Semenyo. Marmouche, Semenyo. Reinders. Vinny at the far post here! Oh! What a save by Riot. It should be 3. Really good football. It should be 3. Rodri over it. Semenyo comes short. Good skill. Back to Rodri. Far post waiting is Joško Vardiol for 3. And Manchester City are going 4 points clear. Vardiol at the far post. What a ball in from Rodri. His first of the season, a really well worked corner there. It really was. Pulled it back to Rodri to Semenyo. In it comes from Rodri to the far post. Vardiol bullies Declan Rice. Rice's in absolutely no man's land. Like I said, the introduction of Elliot Anderson into the equation made a big difference. Vinny Jr. Anderson again here. On to Vinny. They're in trouble here. Pass Canate. Vinicius Jr. It's 4. Anderson has been absolutely unbelievable off the bench. What a substitution. His 22nd Premier League goal of the season for Vinicius Jr. And Elliot Anderson has been absolutely unbelievable. Off the bench, plays it to Vinny. Around Canate he goes. Weaker left foot across the goalkeeper. Nice finish. Oh, lovely ball by Anderson over top here towards Ainturi. And he's got Marmouche marauding behind here. Marmouche hits one, blocked away. Back onto El Hilali. Anderson. What a ball, Vinny. Oh, Vinny fluffs it again. What a ball by Anderson. He's been incredible since he's come on. Krupi. What a ball by Anderson for Vinny again. Full time, Manchester City 4, Arsenal 0. A big win which came out of nowhere. And it started with the substitution of Elliot Anderson, who deserves all the plaudits today for that performance, as does Antoine Semenyo. 2 signs who come from, Premier League sides lower down the table. Been unbelievable for this team. And that puts us 4 points clear with 4 goals as well. Well, it's FA Cup final time up next to get our first trophy of this perhaps historic treble. Our first trophy towards it. Manchester City beating Sheffield 4-1 in the FA Cup semi-final at Wembley. Everton, they lost in that Merseyside derby semi-final 2-1 to Liverpool. So the final is us against our competitors for the league title. It's Manchester City versus Liverpool at Wembley. This Liverpool side have been the most difficult side we've faced this season. I think they've actually got a draw against the Etihad and they beat at Anfield. And look at their stats, some players are performing really well. And the main one is their striker, Ugo Ekitike. The 25-year-old in 58 appearances has 44 goals. An incredible return. Curtis Jones has got 20 goals from midfield. Wirtz with 17 assists. They're a top performing side of Liverpool. One of the top performing sides in world football. And we've got to keep Ugo Ekitike quiet. And I do not think that is going to be easy at all. They are a very good team. Trying to handle Liverpool today certainly won't be easy. So we've made actually 2 big changes. One which I think one of the players will be disappointed in. And that is Ainturi, who drops out for Joško Vardiol, who's going to play left back today. with Lekeba, Kusanov and Livramento being the back four. Ruben Dias getting a little bit unhappy with his game time now. He's not playing enough football, and there's a few players that might not be Manchester City players next season due to game time. The midfield is going to be the one that performed so well against Arsenal, with Anderson coming in for Foden, who absolutely changed that game, and of course Haaland up top. It's Diaz, Nuri, El Hilali, Nico, Foden, Reinders, Savinho and Marmoush on the bench. Wembley Stadium all prepared and ready for an FA Cup final. Manchester City against Liverpool. Jurgen Klopp was the former manager. Then Arne Slot took over. Arne Slot not in charge anymore. It is Antonio Conte who moves to a back three and actually has been doing fantastic with Liverpool. And they were performing, playing for that trophy right there. Our first trophy of this season, perhaps. Donnelly on the Tifo banner as they support him. He's been out injured for this massive FA Cup final. City and Liverpool. We're both competing for the Premier League title. Can Liverpool get the better of that? We don't know. We're currently 4 points clear, but maybe they can get the better of us in the race for this trophy today, the Emirates FA Cup. We'll start with, of course, Hugo Ekitike leading the line, with a four in behind being Dominic Szoboszlai, Florian Wirtz, Alejandro Balde in the wing-back role, Curtis Jones, Alexis McAllister and Moussa Diaby. A back three of Van Dijk, Eder Militao and Pau Kubasi. And it's Mamardashvili who starts in goal. On the bench they've got Ramsey, Gravenberch, Endrick, Elliott, Stephenson, Isak, Ferran Torres, Giovanni Leone and Yarosh as well. That is an incredibly strong side. What a team they've built under Antonio Conte. Shirky, Anderson, White to Vinny Jr. Oh, down through to Haaland at the start. This Eder Militao's quick though. Going back onto Vinny. Anderson. Shirky! And a save by Mamardashvili. Shirky. Right to Semenyo. Back to Shirky. It's Rodri. It's Rodri! Another save by Mamardashvili. And away by Diaby. Lovely switch on the top here to Balde. Pulls it back. Szoboszlai. Ekitike! There you go. 1-0 Liverpool. First shot, first goal. Puts in the top corner. He's unbelievable. Anderson. Haaland pings him behind to Vardiol here. Vardiol. Oh, rubbish! Rubbish from Vardiol there. Absolutely terrible. Counter Liverpool again. Wirtz. Ekitike, so much space. Lekeba. Can't stop him. Curtis Jones. Lekeba can't stop him either. Curtis Jones! 2-0 Liverpool. Rubbish from Vardiol. And Liverpool double the lead at 2. Going to make a lot of change at half time. Wirtz. Vardiol, good defensively, but offensively been terrible. Haaland. Vinny Jr. Over top here. Shirky is in. Shirky has to score right at the goalkeeper. Like absolutely everything when we play Liverpool. We cannot beat the goalkeeper. Our finishing goes to the worst it's ever been. Rodri. Shirky. On the top here to Semenyo. Haaland near post. Good defending by Eder Militao behind for a goal kick. I mean, come on, referee. I mean, they can play it across their own box and be comfortable. Livramento down to Semenyo. Shirky. Reinders. Semenyo. Semenyo! What a hit by Semenyo, 2-1. Who else? Who else than Antoine Semenyo? Come on. White Nuri. Vinny Jr. Back onto White Nuri. Oh, it's got to be... This is Vardiol level performance, White Nuri there. With that pass. Quality. Missing. Wirtz is in here. 3-1. What? Again, our left back cannot pass a ball forward and we get punished for it. 3-1. That could be game over. Gives it straight back to them. Wirtz. Ekitike. Kusanov. What a challenge. No way! Come on! What a challenge by Kusanov on Van Dijk. And the referee does everything he can to give it Liverpool's way. Haaland. Semenyo. Semenyo! Again he scores 3-2. What a player, come on. Antoine Semenyo again. Found by Haaland. Marmoush in the box. And Antoine Semenyo makes it 3-2. And he's doing all he can on that right side to get City back in this one. Come on, 1 goal from 3-3. Come on. Rangers. Vinicius Jr. Shirky. Marmoush. Across to Erling. Haaland for City. 3-3. Come on. Come on. 3-3. He's first in the FA Cup this season. 3-3 back in it. Marmoush across to Haaland. What a ball. Van Dijk's lost him. I thought he was going to miss, to be fair. 3-3. And our team is all out attack at the moment. I don't care. We're going to go and win this 4-3. Let's do it. Verts. Terrible. Verts still. Diardi, good tackle by Aitneri. Brilliant. Here's Vinny Jr. counter City. And Vinny's gone. And Vinny plays Marmoush. And Marmoush plays Vinny. And here is Vinny Jr. Cross the box to Antoine Semenyo! Hat-trick in the FA Cup final. 4-3. Antoine Semenyo does it again. Come on. What a player. What a player. And what a game of football this has been. It's not over yet. Vinny Jr. So composed. Cross the box. Antoine Semenyo gets in there. Antoine Semenyo finished it off. That's 4-3 Manchester City. Back to Rodri. Rangers, Rodri. Rangers, Nico. Full-time whistle goes. We have done it. I didn't think we would, to be honest with you, because I know the quality at Liverpool side, and every time we face them in this game, they beat us. Mamashvili usually pulls out the ridiculous saves, performance, and City can't get the breakthrough. But we've done it. We're FA Cup winners, and we could be Premier League winners as well by the end of this episode. What a performance from Manchester City, and in the main, Antoine Semenyo. Well, there is Rodri stepping up to the podium to lift the first of what could be the 3 trophies that get us a historic treble. Manchester City are FA Cup winners. A high-scoring, emphatic, exciting 4-3 win in the final against Liverpool. And today's episode's not over yet because we've still got Man United and Manchester Derby, and we've got the final game of the season, I think, against Villa away to decide if we're Premier League winners as well. All to play for, all to happen. And Pep Guardiola's Manchester City side are on it once again. What a game that was. Antoine Semenyo, an absolute superstar. So we're FA Cup winners. We're top of the Premier League table by 1 single point, but we can get that back up to 4 points. The win against Manchester United and Manchester Derby today. United are battling to try and get a top 4 finish, so to try and actually stop United getting into the Champions League as well as us winning the title, that's even sweeter, isn't it? And I think actually, and of course we do know, with the win against United today, City would win the title, lift the title against their against their big rivals, their massive rivals, our massive rivals. To lift the title against them would be amazing. And it'd stop United getting Champions League football as well, so what better than that? Let's do this. This is the side that will face Manchester United today. Bataille will start and goal. It's El Hilali, captain Diaz, Lukeba, and Aitnuri the back 4. Rodri in the holding role with Foden and Rangers in that midfield. Rangers fantastic when he came on in that FA Cup final. Semenyo and Vinny Jr. in the wide areas, and Haaland, of course, for the middle. We've got Marmoush, Savinho, Shirky, Anderson, Vardy, Kusanov, Livramento, and Nico Gonzalez on the bench. Still no Donnarumma. I think it might be that he doesn't return before the end of the season. This is a sign for the Manchester Derby, and one big return for the City side, because look who's back between the sticks today. Gianluigi Donnarumma is back from injury and in that City side. This is the side we go with El Hilali, captain Diaz, Lukeba, and Aitnuri the back 4. Rodri, Foden, and Rangers in the midfield 3. Rangers had a massive impact on the game in the FA Cup final, as did Antoine Semenyo off the right, Vinny Jr. off the left, and Erling Haaland to the middle. We've got Marmoush, Savinho, Shirky, Anderson, Vardy, Kusanov, Livramento, and Nico on that bench. But yes, Gigi Donnarumma is back. So arriving now, the Manchester City players at the Etihad Stadium, knowing today we can lift that Premier League title not only one day early before the end of the Premier League season, but also in front of our fans against our rivals Manchester United in the derby. It doesn't get any better, does it, than that. Today is a must-win. This is the Manchester United side who start in a 4-3-3 under Unai Emery. It is Cunha on the left, Šeško to the middle, and Brian Mbeumo on the right. Kobbie Mainoo, Toby Collier, and Manu Ugarte partner in a midfield three with Luke Shaw, Fredrickson, De Ligt, and Connor Bradley from a Liverpool man. The back four. In goal is Sen Lammens. And then on the bench you've got Heaven, Rashford, Xerxes, Sancho, Malacia, Rasmus Højlund returns to the club, Amad Diallo, Harry Maguire, and Andre Onana. That is a very beatable side. Šeško chases him. Foden. Right to Semenyo. Oh, what a ball! Haaland here! Oh, what a ball by Semenyo. And Haaland misses an absolute sitter. Semenyo's got a run on with Luke Shaw here. What a ball by Semenyo again to Haaland. Back out to Semenyo. Rodri. Aït-Nouri. Reinders. Aït-Nouri! What a goal by Manchester City. And it's Rian Aït-Nouri from fullback. He's second of the season. He's really stepped up this year. When he was actually not even in the starting role at all. I think at the start of the season we were playing that back three. Livramento was in there and Aït-Nouri's left out. He's found his way back into the side. That's a really good header. Lovely flick by Tajani Reinders. 1-0 City and Aït-Nouri's found his way. Haaland. Reinders. Aït-Nouri. Into that channel to Vinny. Great feet. Reinders. Rodri. Foden. Semenyo! Oh, he's done it again. 2-0. Antoine Semenyo has done it again. He's got 6 in the Premier League now. And all his goals are coming at the end because of that injury. He's a superstar. He really is. And the City fans pull out the pause and they know that could be the Premier League title. Rodri into Foden. What a run by Semenyo from in to out. Just lifts it over the goalkeeper there with so much composure. Brings it forward. Really well played. Foden. Rodri. Aït-Nouri. Reinders. Foden. El Hilali. Onto Semenyo. Semenyo, good feet. Antoine Semenyo! Left foot puts it just wide. Rodri onto Cherki. Immediate impact from Cherki. He played a ball into Vinny Jr. here. And Vinny. And Vinny. And Vinny Jr. Shot blocked away behind for a corner. And behind to Semenyo. Lifts one to the far post of Vinny Jr. Back onto Cherki. Aït-Nouri. Cherki. Fantastic feet by Cherki. Ball in here towards Phil. Foden with a free header. Right at Lammens and the rebound he puts in Foden. Well, he loves the Manchester derby, doesn't he, Phil Foden? Only his 6th goal this season. He's been more creative than he has been in front of goal, being prolific. He makes it 3-0 City. And that is the title race done and dusted. Manchester City are Premier League champions. Wow. El Hilali. Over the top here towards Savinho. He's in behind here, Savinho. Anderson. Nico. Aït-Nouri. Clips one in. Cherki. Oh, and tackle by Mbeumo. And there goes the full-time whistle. Manchester City are Premier League winners. 4 points clear top of that table. There is no catching us now, Liverpool. We've won the FA Cup and now we win the Premier League as well. And that shows the quality we have. Semenyo, fantastic again. Foden on the score sheet. City Premier League winners, and deservedly so, I think, in the end. We've been the most consistent side in the league throughout the season. Great defensive at times, sometimes not so much. Offensively, very good as well. And we've made the most of our opportunities this year. We've had a bit of a stronger squad, I think, all round. And that has allowed us to compete on all fronts, really. We've still got a Champions League final to come up, which will be in the next episode. We've got one more Premier League game left to play where we're going to put all the young players out there. Ryan McCady, Mukasa, Cavan Sullivan, whoever else is in the squad. We're going to get them getting some game time for themselves. But there steps Ruben Diaz to lift the Premier League title. City are champions again. We snatch back our chain from Arsenal, who took it from us last season. The Champions League, maybe we can go back to back on that. But Pep Guardiola has got the Premier League title back at the Etihad. He's got the FA Cup trophy back at the Etihad. And still, the Champions League to play for to complete that treble. Lots still to happen in this series. lots could still change. Big achievements could be still made. One game left to go in this episode, but there you are, Manchester City Premier League champions. So the final game of the episode, and of course the final game of the Premier League season of Season 3 is against Aston Villa away at Villa Park, but we'll rotate heavily because we already are Premier League champions, and the players who haven't played so much football this season will get their chance. We've got an incredibly complacent Manchester City side, a side happy after winning the Premier League title, a side in absolutely top form, and this is the start 11 we go with against Villa today. Bataya starts a goal, it's El Hilali, Vita Heiss, Ruben Diaz the captain, and O'Reilly the back four. In fact, I think maybe Casanova or Lekeba could start this one, but we're going to go with Captain Diaz. It's Nico Velez in the holding midfield role with Mikasa and Cavan Sullivan in front. Makeda off the right, Savini off the left, and Omar Marmoush through the middle. These are players that haven't played enough games maybe throughout the season. Now is their chance to impress on the final day of the season, where City are already champions of the Premier League, FA Cup winners as well, and the Champions League game coming up pretty soon, so the players rested as well. That's a big one, but all eyes on this one right now. So final day of the season, match day 38 in the Premier League for Manchester City, and Pep Guardiola puts out a heavily rotated tie under his note, because we know this is the final game of the Premier League season, and we're already winners, we're already champions. We've beat Liverpool to that title, and we can be nice and relaxed going into this one against Villa at Villa Park. I don't know if they're playing for anything. I'm not sure if they're playing for Champions League football. I think they're probably not. They're actually quite a way down the table, Ruben inside. And Manchester City come out here today with no pressure. No pressure on these young players. A chance to enjoy themselves and play with an eye on what they could do next season. And maybe some of these players, it's their final game to the club as well. And then you can see the Premier League table. 38 games already played for a few of them. City top already. And look at that. Wolves, Everton and Burnley relegated. So the Aston Villa side is a 3-4-3. He's gone back to his formation as Ruben Amorim with Garassi spearheading the attack. He's got Buendia, Morgan Rogers, Samuel Elling Jr., Baron Echea, Yuri Tillemans and Gusson in that midfield 5 or whatever you want to call it, or 6. It's Concert, Pau Torres and Vermeesh the back 3 with Emi Martins in goal. They've got Svensson on the bench with Oscar Bob, former City man, Ollie Watkins, and back Franklin, John Durrani returned to the club, Daniel Marlon, another former City man who could play that wing-back role really well in Matheus Nunes, and Marco Bizot, one of the favourites under Unai Emery. Here's Savinho. Marmoush and Savinho. And off goes Savinho. And on to Marmoush. And Marmoush across the box to Mukasa here. And Divine Mukasa has showed a real intent to score goals this season. And he's done it again here. And City take the lead. On his 6th Premier League appearance of the season. Maybe he needs to be getting more next year. Savinho, that's nicely done. He's Cavan Sullivan. Nicely done by the American Mukasa. Makadu. Oh, what a ball by Makadu. Marmoush is in here. Marmoush makes it 2-0 City. Well, I tell you what. These young players have stepped up here on the final day. 14th of the season for Omar Marmoush. And what a ball by Ryan Makadu. Mikasa. In behind to Makadu. Lovely ball. Makadu into Marmoush for 3. 15 minutes in with 3-0 up here. Wow. Ryan Makadu with another assist. Great play from Mikasa as well. And Marmoush for the goal. Again. What a ball by Mikasa into Makadu. Across the box and there he is. It's too easy. El Hilali on this far side. Buendia. Oh, good play. Ganassi. Oh, chance here. Diaz with the challenge here. Ruben Diaz. The club captain with a terrible tackle penalty. Poor by Diaz. Really poor penalty. What is he doing? Slides in. Missed time for the challenge on Ganassi. And Bataya against Ganassi now. Scored penalties before against us, I think, for Borussia Dortmund. Ganassi down the middle. And Villa pull on back 3-1. Nice ball through to Mikasa. Mikasa, great feet. Mikasa! Oh, what a save by Martinez and behind for a corner. Well, this young man is starting to really shine in that midfield. Right, Makadu. And he feeds Marmoush to the middle here. Back out to Makadu. Savinho. Makadu. Oh, lovely lift to Cavan Sullivan! And I think on his Premier League debut, he puts one in the back of the net as the American Cavan Sullivan. His first appearance in the Premier League. Number 66, the American. Another assist for Ryan McKay. A lovely flick over top here. First time volley. Across Emi Martinez for 4. 4 on Manchester City. And a fantastic goal by Cavan Sullivan. Mikasa. O'Reilly. Space that left hand side. Mikasa. Cavan Sullivan. Back onto Mikasa here. Mikasa is in! Oh, good save Emi Martinez. But good play by him and Cavan Sullivan there. We're going to make a change. It's going to be Buendia off, and he's going to be replaced by former Manchester City man Oscar Bob. Mikadu. Nico. Sullivan. Nico. Back through to Sullivan. Onto Mikasa! Oh, he's poked it wide of the post. Should be 5. Just have to see, really. Diaz could head it. El Hilali down towards O'Reilly. We don't know what's going to happen next season. I don't want to get ahead of myself. Marmouche. Sullivan. He's in here, the American. Cavan. Sullivan for City. Oh, he makes it 5. His first appearance in the Premier League. And the young American gets 2. And we have got so much talent in this City side. You've talked about Mikadu, Sullivan and Mikasa in the squad this season. You've got Heskey, Naipan, Echivere, Mahakaritho all out on loan as well. I mean, where do you fit all these players in? O'Reilly. Mikasa. Lifts one. Marmouche on the volley! That's a hat-trick of Marmouche, it's 6. What a ball by Mikasa. And thumped in by Omar Marmouche. 16 in the Premier League this season. He's a risk, but we just want to get him a bit of a runabout. Keep him fully fledged and focused. And here's Cavan Sullivan in trouble here, Villa. Sullivan through. Haaland. Oh, it's Savinho! 7-1 on the final day. Wow. Only his second of the season in 18 appearances for Savinho. He's not the winger we perhaps need him to be. On to Mikadu. Back to Mikasa. Didn't need to make that pass, he did do. Anderson. Haaland. Oh, what a ball! Cavan Sullivan! What a ball by Haaland, 8-1. Wow! Well, I had no idea this episode would end this way. Cavan Sullivan gets a hat-trick on his Premier League debut. Wow. Played him by the back heel of Erling Haaland. And Cavan Sullivan just puts in the back of it a hat-trick on his Premier League debut. What a player. Another superstar is born perhaps in this City side here. Erling Jr. Chance here for Villa off the crossbar by Barrenechea. Son chases him. Back to Cavan Sullivan. Anderson. Reinders. To Gianni Reinders, great save. On the rebound into side netting by Erling Haaland. He looked for 9. Gets tackled there. The midfield tries to do too much. Another high potential player in this City side. And that is the end of today's episode. That is the end of the Premier League season. We are winners. And we only go and win 8-1 on the final day. Marmouche gets a hat-trick, but as does this young American as well on his Premier League debut. Cavan Sullivan, the number 66. Remember the name, because he is another superstar for the future in this Manchester City side. Up next in the next episode is, of course, the Champions League final and an update in what to expect in Season 4, because surely things change. Please like the video if you haven't already. Please do subscribe to the channel if you are new. And consider joining the WST Members Club to see what's going to happen in Season 4 and see Season 4 earlier than anyone else on the main channel. We'll see you guys next time.